Teaching program on Role of Head Nurse in Lean Resource Management. Lecture 1. Introduction to Lean in Healthcare. Good day, everyone. Thank you for the vital work you do and for being here today. Our world in healthcare is one of constant pressure to improve patient safety, enhance quality, and do more with our precious resources. Today, we're going to talk about a powerful methodology designed to help us meet these challenges head-on. This isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. This is an introduction to Lean. Outline. 1. What is Lean? 2. Origins and principles. 3. Lean versus traditional management. 4. Value and waste in healthcare. 8 wastes. 5. The Lean mindset and culture. Learning objectives. By the end of this session, head nurses will be able to 1. Define Lean and its origins in healthcare. 2. Explain the 5 core principles of Lean thinking. 3. Distinguish between Lean and traditional management approaches. 4. Identify the 8 wastes of healthcare in their own clinical environments. 5. Describe the key elements of a Lean mindset and culture. Head nurses are on the front lines, leading nursing teams and constantly facing challenges like staff burnout, patient safety issues, and the need to do more with less. There's a proven management philosophy that can help head nurses to solve these problems, not by working harder, but by working smarter. That philosophy is Lean. Origins and principles of Lean. Lean is not a healthcare concept. Lean did not originate in a hospital. It was developed by the Toyota Motor Corporation in post-World War II Japan. Focus of Lean. The core goal was to maximize value for the customer, the car buyer, by completely eliminating waste, anything the customer would not pay for. Transfer of Lean to healthcare. The core concepts translate perfectly. Our product is exceptional patient care, and our customer is the patient. We aim to maximize the value, optimal patient care and experience by eliminating waste, anything that delays, frustrates, or harms the patient or staff. What is Lean? Lean is not about being cheap or just reducing expenses. When people hear Lean, they often think of budget cuts or staff reductions. In our context, that is not what Lean is. Lean is about respect for people and continuous improvement. It's about eliminating the things that frustrate you, waste your time, and prevent you from providing the best possible care. It's about making your jobs easier and safer, which directly translates to better patient outcomes. Eliminating the things that prevent providing the best possible care. This leads to excellent patient care. About 20-30 years ago, healthcare pioneers asked a brilliant question. If Lean can build a highly reliable, high-quality car, could its principles help us deliver highly reliable, high-quality patient care? The answer was a resounding yes. Organizations and medical centers adopting Lean strategies have showed dramatic improvements in patient safety, staff satisfaction, and operational efficiency by applying Lean thinking. Definition of Lean in healthcare. Simple definition. Lean is a complex set of philosophies, management practices and continuous improvement activities aimed at maximizing value for the patient with the fewest resources and the least waste. 2. Defining characteristics. 1. Philosophy and culture. A focus on continuous improvement and eliminating waste. 2. Assessment and improvement activities. A set of principles and tools to achieve the cultural shift. The ultimate goal. Facilitate access to cost-effective, high-quality, and innovative healthcare that puts the patient and direct care providers at the center of determining optimal care. Consider lean healthcare as a machine. Input are philosophies, management practices and continuous improvement. Output are maximizing value for the patient, utilizing fewest resources and producing the least waste. The 5 core principles of lean thinking. Lean thinking is guided by 5 core principles, which together form a framework for continuous improvement and efficiency. 1. Define value. 2. Value stream mapping. 3. Create flow. 4. Establish pull. 5. Seek perfection. Imagine lean thinking as a 5-stories house. Principle 1. Specify value. Description. Define value from the patient's perspective. What is the patient actually willing to pay for, in time, emotion, or money? The critical question: would the patient be willing to pay for this activity? If not, it's likely a candidate for waste. Application in nursing healthcare. In a healthcare context, this translates to understanding the patient's needs and desired outcomes, focusing on what truly benefits them and eliminating anything that does not contribute to that benefit. Value-added activities. Medication administration, patient teaching, direct physical care, listening to a patient's concerns. Non-value-added. Waiting for an IV pump, filling out redundant paperwork, searching for a doctor. Value is defined solely by the patient. It is not defined by us, not by administration, not by insurance companies. From the patient's perspective, value is the time you spend at their bedside providing skilled care, an accurate diagnosis, a successful surgery, a dose of medication. It is not waiting for that medication, filling out the same form 3 times, or being transferred unnecessarily. Our first job is to see everything we do through the patient's eyes. Principle. Map the value stream. Description. Identify all the steps required to deliver the value, the service, and categorize each step as value added, necessary but non-value added, waste type 1, or pure waste, waste type 2. The objective is to distinguish between activities that add value and those that constitute waste. Application in nursing or healthcare. For instance, in healthcare, this could entail mapping the entire patient journey from admission to discharge, pinpointing all processes involved. This highlights bottlenecks and where staff time is wasted. We map the value stream to make all steps visible, so we can identify and eliminate the waste. We literally draw out every single step a patient goes through. For example, the journey for a patient coming in for a routine procedure. When we map it, we often find that only a small fraction of the total time, sometimes less than 10%, is actually spent on value-added care. The rest is waiting, moving, and rework. Mapping makes this invisible waste visible. The patient goes to visit a general practitioner. Total visit time: 40 minutes. Examination time: 20 minutes, representing the benefit or value-added time to the patient. Waiting time: 20 minutes, representing a waste or non-value-added time to the patient. The general practitioner recommends that the patient goes to the hospital to be examined by a specialist. Total time to go to the hospital: 140 minutes. Time to arrive at the hospital without any delays: 10 minutes, representing the benefit or value-added time to the patient. Time lost en route to the hospital: 130 minutes, representing a waste or non-value-added time to the patient. Patient in hospital. Patient registration begins at the nursing desk. Total time for patient registration: 15 minutes. Actual registration time: 5 minutes, representing the benefit or value-added time to the patient. Waiting time for registration: 10 minutes, representing a waste or non-value-added time to the patient. At triage, the nurse takes the patient's vital data. Total time: 30 minutes. Actual time spent checking vital data: 15 minutes, representing the benefit or value-added time to the patient. Waiting time for checking vital data: 15 minutes, representing a waste or non-value-added time to the patient. The specialist examines the patient and prescribes treatment. Total time: 45 minutes. Actual examination time: 30 minutes, representing the benefit or value-added time to the patient. Waiting time for the medical examination: 15 minutes, representing a waste or non-value-added time to the patient. The patient receives his medications and completes the discharge process. Total time: 60 minutes. Actual time for dispensing medication and completing discharge procedures: 15 minutes, representing the benefit or value-added time to the patient. Time lost due to delay in dispensing medication and completing discharge forms: 45 minutes, representing a waste or non-value-added time to the patient. Value stream mapping for patient's journey in the healthcare facility. In conclusion, the patient's journey within the healthcare facility lasted 330 minutes. The actual time of value or benefit to the patient was 95 minutes, less than 30% of the total time. The time wasted or of no value to the patient was 235 minutes, more than 70% of the total time. Principle 3. Create flow. Description. After eliminating waste, ensure the remaining value-added steps occur in a smooth, continuous sequence without interruptions, delays, bottlenecks, or work stoppages. This requires optimizing processes, leveling workloads, and ensuring that resources are readily available to maintain a continuous progression of work. Application in nursing or healthcare. Focus on patient flow. Streamlining the discharge process to ensure a clean room is immediately available for the next patient, or co-locating supplies and equipment to reduce walking. Imagine a patient moving through our unit like a car on the smooth, open highway. That's flow. Now, think about the reality. Patients wait for transport, for lab results, for physician rounds. They are moved from one waiting area to another. These are the stoplights and traffic jams in our process. Our goal is to create continuous flow by breaking down these barriers. For example, what if we could have phlebotomy scheduled so that blood is drawn and results are back before the physician even arrives for rounds? Principle 4. Establish pull. Description: a pull system dictates that work is initiated only when there is an actual demand for it, rather than pushing work based on forecasts or schedules. Only deliver a service or produce an item when the customer, or, in this case the patient, explicitly needs it. This actually means to avoid overproduction. This approach effectively reduces inventory and prevents overproduction. Application in nursing healthcare. Just-in-time, JIT supply. Stocking patient rooms or supply closets based on actual usage, rather than stocking excessive inventory that may expire or clutter the space. Pull means the patient pulls the service or product as needed, rather than the system pushing it based on forecasts or schedules. In healthcare, this is translated as providing care exactly when the patient needs it, not before and not after. Pull is a powerful concept. Instead of batching tasks because it's how we've always done it, we do things as the patient needs them. A simple example: instead of preparing all morning medications at once and pushing them out on a cart, what if we had a system where medications are prepared and delivered just in time for each patient's specific schedule? This reduces errors, waiting, and waste. It's about responding to actual demand, not assumed demand. Pull system. 1. Patient requires medications or supplies. 2. Nurse goes to inventory to get what the patient requires. 3. Nurse delivers the medications and supplies to the patient just in time. 4. Patient receives his medications and supplies just in time. Nursing pull system for medication and supply dispensing. Medications are pulled from inventory and dispensed to the patient only at the time of use, without stocking them next to the patient. Principle 5. Seek perfection. Continuous improvement, or Kaizen in Japanese. Description: the core belief of lean management is that work processes can always be improved. This principle underscores the importance of continuous improvement and fostering a culture where every employee is committed to eliminating waste and refining processes. It represents an ongoing journey of learning and adaptation, constantly seeking innovative ways to eliminating waste, creating a perfect value-driven process and delivering superior value to the customer, or in this case, the patient, with greater efficiency. Application in nursing healthcare. Establishing standardized work processes, documenting the best current way to perform a task. For example, central line dressing changed, or withdrawing blood sample from a vein, and then constantly engaging the frontline team to find a better way to perform these tasks. Striving for perfection. Striving for excellence. The PDSA cycle: plan, do, study, act. Continuous improvement is not a destination, but a journey. The Japanese call this Kaizen. Kai means change, Zen means good. The tool is the PDSA cycle. P for plan, D for do, S for study, A for act. Seeking for perfection. We will never be perfect, but we must constantly strive for it. This is the heart of the lean culture. Continuous improvement. Every day, every one of you should be asking, how can we make this better for our patients and our team? This isn't about massive, top-down projects. It's about small, incremental changes tested with the PDSA cycle. You see a problem. You plan a small change. You try it. You study the results. And you act on what you learned. This is how we build a learning organization. Sequence of the PDSA cycle. 1. Identify a problem or an obstacle. 2. Plan to solve the problem or remove the obstacle by making a small change. 3. Test the new situation after making the change. 4. Study the results and the extent of the new change's impact on workflow. 5. Apply the lessons learned from the study to continue improving and achieving mastery. The PDSA cycle. 1. Plan. We will put a plan to 1. Detect and correct defects and bottlenecks in our system. 2. Establish smooth flow of the patients. 3. Improve service. 2. Do. Execute the plan. 3. Study. First, find an answer to the question, is the plan running smoothly? Study defects and errors in the plan. Study. Second, define the errors and correct them in a refined plan. 4. Act. Execute the refined plan after correction of errors and complete an error-free checklist. Lean versus traditional management. Lean management is a people-centric, process-focused approach that aims to create a culture of continuous improvement. Traditional management is often a top-down, results-driven approach that can be less adaptable and less focused on the customer. A management feature like problem-solving shows the difference between lean and traditional management systems. For example, nurse forgot to chart patient's data. In traditional management approach, the focus is to blame. Focus on who made the mistake and target him or her to blame. In lean management approach, investigating the underlying cause is the main reaction. Revise the system and work procedures. Focus on why the system allowed the mistake to happen. For example, is the charting system redundant, complex or boring? In traditional management, when something goes wrong, we look for who to blame. We focus on efficiency. That means doing more with less, which often leads to burnout. Traditional management considers improvement as a big, scary project that happens once a year. Lean management system flips this traditional script. The core belief is that 95% of problems are caused by the system, and only 5% by the people. So, when an error occurs, we don't ask, who messed up? We ask, what in the process allowed this to happen? We empower the nursing team members, who are the experts at the bedside, to identify and fix problems. The focus shifts from individual performance to system performance. Correct the errors in the system for improvement and changing a downward performance curve to a rising curve. Another difference between the traditional and lean management systems is the focus of the system. In traditional management approach, the system is concerned primarily with results and achieving targets, while the lean management is concerned primarily with customer value and process improvement. In traditional management, cost savings is done by cost reduction. This is achieved through reduction of staffing number to save salaries, reduction in supplies, or reduction in the quality of services. While in lean management, cost savings is a primary goal of lean management. It is achieved through waste elimination and better processes, resulting in improved efficiency and better quality of service. Another difference between the traditional and lean management systems is the way how improvement is achieved. In traditional management approach, improvement is episodic or occasional. It is done by top-down orders. That means that changes are ordered or decreed by the senior management. While the lean management approach, improvement is a continuous and incremental or step-by-step, which is called kaizen in Japanese. In lean management, unlike the traditional management, improvement is frontline driven. That means, improvement ideas come from the people who do the work, like nurses, doctors, technicians, workers, etc., not the senior management. Another difference between traditional and lean management systems is the role of leadership. In traditional management system, the leader or director is the only one responsible for solving work problems. He is the expert and knows everything about the system. Leaders solve problems from the confines of their offices, and other team members just obey. In lean management system, leaders are coaches or facilitators. The leader always go to the place where the work happens, observe, supervise, and empower his or her team to solve their work problems. Another difference between the traditional and lean management systems is the employee role. In traditional management approach, employees are considered as 1. An operational cost. 2. Subjects to be managed and controlled. While the lean management approach, employees are valued asset who contributes to improvement. Another difference between the traditional and lean management systems is how they deal with waste. In traditional management approach, waste is often accepted as a cost of doing business. While the lean management approach, waste is continuously identified and eliminated. Another difference between the traditional and lean management systems is how they look at the customer. In traditional management approach, the customer is a target for sales and marketing efforts. While in the lean management approach, the customer is the center of all decisions and processes. Another difference between the traditional and lean management approaches is the style of leadership. In traditional management approach, the leader directs and controls employees or subordinates. In lean management approach, the leader coaches and empowers employees or subordinates. Another difference between traditional and lean management systems is about the key role of head nurses. In traditional management approach, the head nurse is the unit's master. She organizes daily tasks. She issues orders to the staff. She is the only one who solves daily crisis. In lean management system, the head nurse is a member of the staff team. She coaches the staff to solve their own process problems. She puts future plans for performance improvements in collaboration with the team. Value and waste in healthcare. The 8 wastes. The most practical step in lean is learning how to spot and identify waste, known as muda in Japanese. The goal is to maximize the time nurses spend on value-added activities. For example, direct patient care. In lean, value is defined from the patient's perspective. That means what they are willing to pay for, or what directly contributes to their health outcome. Anything that does not add value is considered waste or muda. The 8 wastes of lean. Downtime. Identifying and eliminating waste is central to lean methodology. The 8 common types of waste in healthcare, often remembered by the acronym downtime. D for defects. O for overproduction. W for waiting. N for non-utilized talent. T for transportation. I for inventory. M for motion. E for extra processing. D. Defects. Defects refer to errors that necessitate rework or lead to adverse outcomes, like 1. Errors in patient care, for example incorrect diagnoses, or medication errors. 2. Errors in documentation, for example incomplete patient records, or 3. System or technical errors, for example malfunctioning equipment. O. Overproduction. Overproduction involves providing services or producing more than what is immediately required or requested by the patient, such as ordering unnecessary tests, generating excessive reports, or preparing too many supplies. W. Waiting. Waiting encompasses delays experienced by both patients and staff, including waiting for appointments, test results, physician consultations, equipment, or crucial information. Such waiting periods add no value and can lead to anxiety, frustration, and potentially poor outcomes. N. Non-utilized talent. Non-utilized talent, sometimes referred to as the underutilization of skills, occurs when the skills, knowledge, and creativity of staff are not effectively utilized. This waste manifests when employees are not engaged in problem solving, are assigned tasks below their competency level, or their valuable ideas are neither considered nor implemented. T. Transportation. Transportation denotes the unnecessary movement of patients, staff, equipment, or materials between locations. This could involve moving patients unnecessarily between departments, transporting specimens over long distances, or staff walking excessive distances to retrieve supplies. I. Inventory. Inventory refers to excess supplies or medications that is not immediately needed. High inventory levels can lead to expiration, excessive waste of resources, and demand additional storage space. M. Motion. Motion involves unnecessary movement by staff within their workspace, such as excessive walking, searching for supplies, reorienting oneself, or repetitive reaching and bending that does not contribute value to patient care. E. Extra or overprocessing. Extra or overprocessing describes performing more work on a product or service than what is actually required by the customer. In a healthcare context, this might include redundant data entry, unnecessary approval steps, or overly complex procedures for simple tasks. Eliminating these wastes enables healthcare organizations to significantly improve efficiency, reduce costs, enhance patient safety, and ultimately deliver higher quality care. The lean mindset and culture. Lean is a fundamental shift in mindset and culture. Lean is a management system, but its sustainability relies on a culture shift. Key elements of lean transformation. 1. At its core, lean transformation focuses on patient or patient centricity. Every process, decision, and improvement effort must ultimately aim to enhance patient value, safety, and overall experience. This ensures that all activities are aligned with the primary goal of delivering optimal patient care. Another crucial aspect is continuous improvement, or Kaizen in Japanese. A lean culture fosters an environment where all individuals, from frontline staff to leadership, are encouraged to identify problems, propose solutions, and actively participate in ongoing, incremental or step-by-step improvements. This is not a finite limited project, but rather a continuous journey of refinement and optimization. Principles of Lean Transformation. 1. Respect for people. 2. Leadership commitment. 3. Go and see Gemba in Japanese. 4. Visual management. 5. A strong problem-solving focus. 6. Continuous improvement Kaizen in Japanese. 7. Teamwork and collaboration. 1. Respect for people. The foundation principle. In Lean, we acknowledge that the frontline staff, your team of nurses, are the experts in their own work. Respect from Lean perspective involves valuing the intelligence, experience, and insights of all the staff. The problem is the process, not the person. When an error occurs, the Lean mindset is to partner with the staff member to ask, what condition in the process allowed this mistake to happen? This builds a non-punitive culture where staff are eager to surface problems and suggest solutions. Empowerment. The most significant waste is non-utilized talent. Lean actively engages and empowers every staff member to drive improvements by providing necessary training and resources, and creating a safe environment for experimentation and learning. Respect also extends to patients, manifested through minimizing waiting times, ensuring clear communication, and respecting their dignity. 2. Leadership commitment. Leadership commitment is indispensable for Lean transformation. Leaders must actively champion the Lean philosophy through 1. Allocation of necessary resources to ensure smooth and uninterrupted workflow. 2. Removing organizational barriers that obstruct or delay workflow. 3. Being ideal models of Lean management in both leadership and problem-solving techniques. 4. Demonstrating a clear visible commitment to improvement and efficiency that promotes the adoption and sustainability of Lean management practices. 3. Go and see Gemba in Japanese. Gemba is a Japanese word that means the actual place, is a core concept of Lean management. As a head nurse and leader, she must regularly go to her unit, Gemba, not just to fix things, but to observe, supervise the work, and ask her team members thoughtful questions about the work process, problems they are facing, and their suggestions for fixing problems and improvement of working process. 4. Visual management. Visual management plays a significant role by making processes, performance metrics, and identified problems transparent and visible. This transparency enables teams to quickly understand the current state, identify issues, and track progress, thereby encouraging accountability and facilitating rapid problem solving. 5. A strong problem-solving focus. A strong problem-solving focus means moving beyond merely addressing symptoms to conducting root cause analysis, preventing problems from recurring. This often involves employing structured problem-solving methodologies and making data-driven decisions. 6. Continuous improvement, Kaizen in Japanese. The continuous improvement philosophy is that small, incremental changes, made frequently by the people doing the work, lead to big results over time. It's about a daily commitment to making the process better, one small step at a time. This is what sustains the change. 7. Teamwork and collaboration. Teamwork and collaboration are vital. Lean encourages cross-functional collaboration to optimize entire value streams. Teams work together to improve processes that span various organizational areas, ensuring a holistic approach to improvement. Cultivating such a lean mindset and culture ultimately leads to a more efficient, safer, and higher quality healthcare system, yielding significant benefits for both patients and staff. Conclusion. 1. Lean is a philosophy and method focused on patient value and the continuous elimination of waste. 2. The 5 principles of Lean are value stream, flow, pull, perfection, provide the roadmap. 3. Identifying the 8 wastes, downtime, is the practical tool for pinpointing inefficiencies. 4. The lean culture is built on respect and empowerment. Both are parts of the engine that sustains change. Call to action for head nurses. Your team members are the true experts in handling workflow issues in your unit. Your role now is to equip them with the lean mindset to spot the waste and empower them to fix errors that result in this waste. Collaborate with your nursing team to 1. Define value-added activities and non-value-added ones or waste from the patient's perspective. 2. Create a value stream map. 3. Establish the flow. 4. Activate the pull system. 5. Strive for excellence by reviewing existing procedures and continuously improving them after eliminating waste. Thank you.